Hey, let's move from friends to lovers.
Lovers.
Yes, and the thought that a perfect match will make for the perfect relationship, let's conquer that mentality.
Why do I and everyone I love pick people who treat us like we're nothing?
We accept the love we think we deserve.
We all have that if it feels good, it must be good for me mentality at some point in our lives. But as we grow, we realize it doesn't always translate into a healthy relationship. And love patterns from our childhood may be duplicated as an adult. So one of the things we want to make sure that we understand is if we know that as a child, we define love as rejection, then we're going to look for that same thing in an adult relationship.
That's true. And whatever you experience as a child, you will define as love, and that's what I
Yes.
refer to as twisted love. So even if you're abused as a child, you get attention and interaction often for a child equals the definition of love. And that's why you see so many women who are abused as children getting into abusive relationships as adults.
Yeah, you don't want to repeat those patterns. So how
Absolutely.
do
What do
you
we do?
recognize then your poor definitions?
One of the things I say is admit that you don't know what you don't know. And in the world of psychology, we call that lacunae. It means it's a blind spot. You don't really know that you're defining love in this negative way, so you continue in those same patterns of behavior. And then also address the fears or the fear of the unknown. The reason that we have fear usually is because we're afraid of the quote unknown. And then we want to understand that typically we engage in relationships based on our level of self-esteem.
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely.
Patrick,
So
you want to
stay out
say
of
something?
if you're in a point in your life when you have really low self-esteem, do not get into a relationship, because I promise you the relationship you're going to get into right now is going to be exactly what you said. Also very low self-esteem.
At the
People think
level
that's the
of your
only
self-
way to be happy. I know several people who think the only way to be happy is if you're with somebody. So
Right.
we're always looking
So if
for somebody.
So if you're coming off of a relationship, that's not your self-esteem is low. That's not
Yeah.
the time to
Because
jump
you're gonna-
into
And that's-
that
Right.
next
We talked about the
relationship.
rebound relationships.
Right.
Again,
Yeah.
that's a reason why. And one of the things I always say is if you have unresolved childhood issues, seek help, because we're taking that baggage into relationships
Yeah.
and it's not going to help us.
All right.
Not at all.